Break a lip.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Ahavat Shalom for those who are here in the sanctuary and those of you who are tuning in at home. This is going to be a very, very special evening, our regular Shabbat service, and then it's also going to be my installation where they're going to plug me into an electric socket or something of that effect. But we'll have that later on in the service. With me on the bima, as always, on Shabbat, Allison Rosoff, and on the ivories down below, Tim Berneman. They're going to be our musical team, along with myself. We're going to begin with Shir Chadash, which is Sing a New Song. It's from the psalmist, Psalm 96. You can see the words right in front of you on the screen for those who are here in person on page 344.
God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. The earth a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai Haaret. Shiru Adonai sing unto God a new song.
You know, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Rabbi Matt Berger. Hope you're having a wonderful evening thus far. Going to continue with the lighting of the Shabbat candles, the blessing in Mishkan Tefillah, and the prayer book on page 2. Blessed are you, God, for the mitzvah, the sacred obligation of bringing Shabbat candles and Shabbat light into our lives. In this week's Torah portion, which is called Vayishlach and Jacob sent messengers, we revisit the twin brothers, Jacob and Esau, at an important turning point. After 20 years apart, there's a confrontation of sorts. Jacob is afraid. He didn't exactly leave on good grounds with his brother many years back. So Jacob decides to pray. Then he lays down to bed for the evening, where he has a vivid dream. The poet Ruth Bryn writes about this dream. Who can say whether Jacob wrestled with a man or an angel, with his own fear or guilt, or with God? I can't answer, yet I know there's a spirit waiting in the darkness to wrestle with me, and after we meet, I shall never be the same. Who can say how Jacob prevailed in the darkness by the river against this fearful antagonist? I cannot answer, yet I'm sure there is a river on my way, and when I cross it, I can never return again. Whatever the worthiness of Jacob, our patriarch, surely I cannot pray for help except to the God of mercy and truth, the God of Jacob. Let us be strong with the strength of Jacob's faith. Let us have Jacob's humility and also have his courage. And let us find, when we cross our own river, the glad place that Jacob found. Going to continue with a song that speaks of these angels, the malachim, the messengers in our lives. Shalom Aleichem, peace be to you, page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moechem Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei
Going to continue in our prayer book on page 26 as we make our way to Shema and its blessings by chanting the Hatzi Kaddish, the half Kaddish.
Yitkadash, Shmei Rabbi, Bi'amad Yivarach Yurtei, V'yamlich Machurtei, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, u'vizman kariv, V'imeru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam u'almei amaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnasei, V'yithadar, V'yidaleh, V'yidaleh, Shemei Dekudesha B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damin ran be'ama, V'yimeru Amen.
Let's rise now for the call to prayer, the Baruch, page 28. Let's read together on the top of page 31, the prayer Ma'ariv Aravim for the evening. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. And a reading based on Ahavat Olam, God's love for the world, on the top of 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language which gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Free to be seated. We'll continue chanting the Shema, the words of the Ahavta. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, soul, and might on 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh Asher anohi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiftecha bevetecha uvlechtecha v'derech u'shokbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot ayadecha V'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Otzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. We'll continue on page 39 as we prepare for our song of freedom, which is going to be a very, very special one. For those of you who want to tune in after the service, there's going to be a great Jewish bluegrass band doing a concert just for us on Zoom called Nefesh Mountain, and we're going to do their version of the Mi Chamocha, Who Is Like You, God. But first, the reading. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. 1, 2, 3, 4. To continue on page 42 with the Hashkivenu, prayer for shelter and protection that all of us need on this Shabbat and throughout our lives. Grant, O God, that we may lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, for your name's sake be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Let's rise now for our standing prayers, the tefillah, which begin on page 46.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi agita hilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor, Vahanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vechonei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imaot, Umevi Gula Livnei Vneihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ava, Melech Hozer, Moshiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol, Atah Rav Loshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umarid HaGashem, Mechachel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Nofim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umechayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechaye, umatmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol.
Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukadoshim b'ho yom yalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Feel free to be seated. We'll continue with the middle blessings of the tefillah. The first for Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat, for its holiness. And for avodah, for prayer. Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shechinato letzion. And for gratitude, for thanks in our lives. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lechodot. And our prayer for peace, Shalom Rav, is found on page 60. Feel free to join me. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever. For you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, mevarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Let's take these few moments for our own thoughts and private prayers. This next song that we are going to share with you is written by Craig Talman. It's an absolutely gorgeous song, not because we're going to sing it in a gorgeous way, but the song itself is really great. We hope to do it justice. For those of you who are here, I hope and pray that it's in your booklet. It is. And for those of you at home, it's called Holy Ground, and it's right on the screen in front of you. 2, 3, 4. Every second every minute, every hour, every day, everything, everyone, every place, every way, where you stand, where you walk, where you love, where you pray. All of life is holy ground.
Every he, every she, every one, every who. It's in her, it's in me, it's in them, it's in you. In the bitter, in the sweet, in the calm, in the storm. All of life is holy ground. So walk
As if it's holy ground. Breathe as if it's all around. Talk and make a holy sound. Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground. When you hurt, when you heal, when you laugh, when you pray, when you doubt, when you keep, when you give it away, every second, every minute, every hour, every day, all of life is holy ground. So walk as if it's holy ground. Breathe as if it's all around. Talk and make a holy sound. Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground.
one story, one journey, one tapestry, one people, one glory, one legacy we leave.
Every second, every minute, every hour, every day,
Everything, everyone, every place, every way.
where you stand, where you walk, where you love, where you praise, all of life is holy ground.
Can you feel the holy ground?
Take your shoes off, you're on holy ground. This time we're going to offer a special prayer of healing, Misha Beirach, that you'll find on page 253 in your prayer books or right on the screen. This time we hope and pray for strength and for healing for the following individuals in our community. We also think of all those who are suffering due to the pandemic and hope and pray for their recovery. We think of, especially now, Phyllis Allman, Herb Bloom, Marcy Bunn, Lisa Cargile, Eddie Deerfield, Matthew Deinhardt, Edie Eckber, Heather Felser, Linda Fine, Harry Fleisch, Myra Friedman, Mark Gittimer, Tina Gordon, Leah Gottlieb, Carrie Kaufman, Erwin Kern, Lou Quall, Faye Malkin, Arthur Maller, Aaron Mailer, Marcia Mollet, Sandy Morganlander, Reverend Tom Neese, Danny Pilder, Teresa Reese, Bob Rosen, Hal Rosenberg, Reese Rosenthal, Stephanie Ross, Andrew Schiller, Sue Schoenbaum, Betty Sharp, Jeff Stark, Lee Van Ness, and Vladimir Zelensky. Are there any other names you'd like to add, either aloud or in your heart at this time? Feel free. Let's sing Misha Barak together, God the One Who Blesses.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavortenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
So at this time, we're going to begin the installation service. It's just an opportunity for the congregation to recognize a new chapter, a new beginning, following in the footsteps of a great rabbi, Rabbi Gary Klein, who's here with us 2 Shabbats in a row, with many thanks for leading Shabbat services over the Thanksgiving holiday. And obviously, it's an important day for me as well. You don't get many of these in your lifetime. So I'm truly honored and blessed to be here. We'll begin by, I'd like to invite our temple president, Rick Katzef. He's going to come forward and share a few words with you.
Rabbi, this is clearly a momentous occasion for all of us, for yourself, our congregation. Unfortunately, we normally would have a full house on such a important time of our congregational history, but we do have many people from our board and your family, and as we have approached this year, we haven't let the pandemic stop what's important for our congregation, and you've just done an incredible job in your start here at Temple, and we're most appreciative. It's also very momentous that we have Rabbi Klein with us tonight to share in the installation of our new rabbi. Rabbi Klein naturally was a major part of building our congregation, building our facilities, building the congregation as a whole, and also developing our congregational involvement in the community. So you have a great foundation to start your tenure with us, and we're very excited with the knowledge, the energy, and the spiritual aspects that you're bringing to our congregation, from adult education to our children's education, to the tremendous messages you've been sharing on Friday nights and our high holy days that seem so long ago, but you know, it's in this time of the pandemic, time has been a very strange dynamic. And we couldn't be happier with your presence, with your family. And so on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we have a little memento for you and your family to enjoy. And we look for many, many healthy and prosperous years together. Mazel tov. Yeah, please open it.
You always wonder when you get a gift. Do you open it now or do you wait until a little bit later? Ooh. I have to clean up all the paperwork. This is awesome. So this is wow. A beautiful menorah or a Chanukia if you want to get technical. Treble clef. My mom would be very happy with the treble clef and the two notes. Totally appropriate, and thank you so much to everyone here and to the board and for your kind words, truly.
Thank you. And it's very timely for Hunter.
It is. All right, one more piece of blue. Susan Heron, it's my pleasure to invite her up to the bima, and she is going to make a presentation on behalf of the Sisterhood and Brotherhood.
Oh, I can breathe. Well, Rabbi Matt, on behalf of the Sisterhood and Brotherhood, two very special and important arms of Temple Ahavat Shalom, we wanted to officially welcome you on this evening. We're so happy that you've joined our temple as our rabbi, and we applaud all of the strides that you've made so far during such an untenable time for the country, for all of us, and that you have brought all of the services into our homes through all of the technology that you've brought to us, and we so appreciate that. And to show our support from both of the arms, the Sisterhood would like you to know that we are making a donation, an honor for you, that will be placed on the Tree of Life. So when you walk out of your office, you'll be able to see a stone that will be placed in your honor.
Thank you so much.
And for the Brotherhood, you've already been using what they have done for you, and they gave a sound mixer so that you will be able to make sure that all of us are able to pray with the utmost best sound. So
thank you so much.
And so welcome.
Elbow bump. And it is so helpful. So for those of you at home, you might see like some assorted chazarai on the lectern here. So I can actually control all of the mixer. I can shut people off or put them on. I can make delay or anything I'd like to do. But usually I just leave it alone. But it's wonderful to be able to have that ability to work with the sound. And now, Rabbi Klein. My pleasure to call you forward.
Would you rather I keep my mask on when I speak? What do you prefer? Okay, will do. The first thing that I'd like to say to you, Matt, is thank you. I'm grateful that you are my successor. Ever since our first conversation about a year and a half ago, when you called me to introduce yourself and to inquire about our congregation, you have made it clear through the things you have said and the things you have done, and through the way in which you said and did those things, that you are truly a fine successor. You are a decent human being, an especially decent human being, a person who cares about other people and the world. You have made it clear that you recognize the value of Judaism as a force for good in people's personal lives and in the world. You see God's image in others. And in you, Matt, what one sees is what one gets. And that's truly wonderful. These are, I believe, qualities of character that a rabbi should embody. And so I thank you again for coming here. In addition to saying thank you, I'd like to apologize for being a bit of a nuisance during those conversations when you were considering whether to come here, and I was giving you the fraternity rush. I didn't mean to be a nudge, but it was clear that you were the right guy for us. Matt, I'm sure that you know that one of a rabbi's responsibilities is to nurture the growth of character in people, which our Torah portion this week tells us that God nurtured in our forefather Jacob when God had him wrestle with that angel or that stranger. This is not an easy task. I know, however, that you are surely up to that task, and I pledge to help you fulfill that responsibility and any others you encounter in any way that you request my help. Mazel tov on your achievements, and especially on this achievement. And thank you for giving me the honor of participating in your installation ceremony.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask all of us to rise as we open the ark.
I'll put mine back on.
You have it.
Moshe kibel Torah miSinai, u'misara Yehoshua l'zikenim. Moses received the Torah at Mount Sinai. He transmitted it to Joshua. Joshua, in turn, passed it to the elders, and the elders to the prophets. The prophets transmitted the Torah to the sages of the great assembly. The sages taught three things: be deliberate in judgment, raise up many disciples, and protect the integrity of the Torah. We read that in the Pirkei Avot section of our Mishnah. Rabbi Matt, this
Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, my God and God of my ancestors, I pray that you will be my guide as I humbly embark upon the task of leading this holy community. May we work together as sacred partners to fulfill the vision of this Kehillah Kedoshah, this sacred congregation. May I never lead you astray, knowingly or inadvertently, and may my hands and my heart be ever faithful in serving you. The psalmist declares, Derachecha Adonai hodieni. Show me your ways, Eternal One. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May God bless you. May God bless you and keep you, dear Matt. May God's light always shine upon you, and may God be gracious unto you. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. And may you and your loved ones find joy and a sense of community and love in our wonderful congregation. Amen.
Thank you. Feel free to be seated. I'd like to begin by sharing two advertisements for a rabbi found in Jewish newspapers. The first one was written a little over 400 years ago. The other was written in the last few months. See if you can figure out which is which. Here's the first. The perfect rabbi for our congregation will be blameless in character, humble, a general favorite, able to read easily and understand a wide variety of Jewish texts, be the first to enter the synagogue and the last to leave the synagogue, and attain the highest degree of devotion in prayer. And now the second advertisement. The perfect rabbi for our congregation will be young, with many years of experience, great with children, adults, and an excellent preacher, will visit congregants regularly and always be in the office when needed, and enjoy working with the whole spectrum, children, adults, and senior alike. So have you made your decision yet? Which one just from a few months ago, and which one from about 420 or so years ago? It turns out that the first advertisement was the one written in the 1580s, and the second one is the more recent one. There are, of course, many stories about congregations searching for the perfect rabbi. There's even a book that I read years ago called The New Rabbi, which was written on the subject in 2003. And of course, there are any number of jokes about the search process itself. To be sure, finding the perfect rabbi, or even a good rabbi, is not an easy task. But being a good rabbi is even harder, because a rabbi is a walking, talking, and living symbol. This is an awesome responsibility, but it's also a great honor. I consider it a blessing to be counted as an important link in Jewish tradition. And I know that I stand on the shoulders of many gifted rabbis and Jewish leaders who came before me, like Rabbi Gary Klein. Rabbis are first and foremost teachers. It's actually in our title, Rav, meaning teacher. But our first teachers, the ones who in large part shape who we are our parents. My dad, Robert Berger, is a retired ophthalmologist and a jazz trumpeter. He played for many years in the Jewish Community Center Jazz Band, where I grew up in Massachusetts. He's highly intelligent and enjoys peppering any conversation with facts and useful information. And there's my mom, who I call Mamala, Leah Gottlieb. She lives on the other side of Florida. She continues to model the love, commitment, and Jewish values that I cherish most. She's a pianist, a retired music teacher, and a journalist who wrote music reviews for the local Jewish newspaper for many years. She instilled a love and passion for Judaism, music, and the written word that continues to this day. And most importantly, she's a good neshama. She's a good and decent soul. To my sister Joey, who's here today, such a gift that we live so close to one another. Now you can see my kids, Avi and Maytal, and my wife Ida, on a regular basis. I'm going to talk about you later, don't worry. And we can all enjoy your presence. I love all of you. To my beautiful wife Ida, words can't express how much your love, generosity, kindness, menschlichkeit, and support mean to me. You, more than anyone else, know what it's like to share life with a rabbi, with all of its blessings and challenges. You've experienced many whirlwind dinners before meetings and the long weeks gearing up for the high holidays. I'm so happy and blessed to have you in my life as we continue to live out the meaning of the words we shared with one another beneath the chuppah on our wedding day. Zedodi Zeroi. You are my beloved, and you are my friend. To my wonderful children, Avi and Maytal, I love you with all my heart. I'm proud of you each day. Your Ima, your mom, and I are continually blessed with your beautiful smiles, your curiosity, your intelligence, and your love of Judaism. You are the best. And to Rabbi Klein, it is such an honor and a privilege to have you install me this evening. You have been from the first a true chaver, a loyal friend, and a trusted colleague. You helped create the strong foundation upon which this synagogue stands. Your love and dedication are truly evident in everything that you do, as are the many deep and abiding relationships that you've nurtured among our congregants. I'm truly blessed to be the senior rabbi of this congregation and honored to follow in your footsteps. To the members of the Rabbinic Search Committee led by President Rick Katzeff and immediate past President Albert Waxman, I want to thank all of you for representing the congregation in such an honorable way, for embracing me for who I am, and for welcoming my family to Ahavat Shalom with open arms. Rav Todot, many thanks for your commitment, the commitment of this group, and to the dedication of the future of this synagogue. Since my family's arrival to Palm Harbor this past July, we've been able to meet so many wonderful congregants in our Zooming with the Burgers meet and greets. Ed Marks was instrumental in coordinating all of these virtual events, and I look forward to eventually meeting the rest of you in person at some point, God willing, in the near future. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the Edelmans, who graciously opened their home for us when we first arrived this summer, and to Debbie Gollum, a wonderful and caring realtor who helped us find a new home here in Palm Harbor amidst very challenging circumstances indeed. My family is so grateful for your kindnesses. To our temple office staff, led by Miranda, Elisa, Kara, and our educator, Gail Maller, as well as our great maintenance staff, Alex and Gimme, it's wonderful and truly a blessing to work alongside you each and every day. You've truly made me feel at home. Thank you so much for the passion and love that you bring to the temple community. And many thanks to our Shabbat musical team, led by Allison and Tim, who continually bless us with your talents and your beautiful melodies. As I look out to the congregation this evening, from the small group who are here in person to the rest of you at home, I feel so lucky and blessed to be part of this sacred moment. At its heart, a congregation stands for something special and unique. Rather than focusing on quantity, we measure quality. Rather than basing our decisions only on numbers, we look to our sacred texts, our values, and our dreams for inspiration. We live in a world that at many times seems intent on making separations based on age, wealth, success, ideology, even the color of our skin. Thankfully, there's at least one place in the world where these distinctions fade away, the synagogue. And this speaks to the core mission of Ahavat Shalom, a place where every single person is welcome. As we sang earlier, all of life is holy ground, and all of us are equally holy. Jacob, our patriarch, understood this when he dreamed of the ladder going to heaven. And the psalmist also realized this, saying, Ashreinu ma tov chelkenu. We are so very blessed. How good is our portion, how pleasant is our lot, and how beautiful is our heritage. Thank you for allowing me to become your rabbi. And while I'm certainly not the perfect rabbi, I'll always strive to be the best rabbi that I can be. May we look to the future with a sense of tikvah, of hope. And may we always go forward from strength to strength. Let's say together, Amen. Going to turn back to the words of the prayer book, the words of Aleinu, the adoration, found on page 282. Please rise as the ark is opened.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו
to be seated. If you would turn to page 294, where you'll find the words to Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. As we think of families in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days mourning a loved one, we think of and remember Donald Marks, father of Jody Leva, Carolyn Schwartz, mother of Anne Marie Cumming, Jake Rimland, friend of Eve Goldstein, Gail Friedman, friend of Ed Marks, and Dr. Harry Wilkes, father of Rachel Wilkes McCann. We also mark with a sense of love and affection the yahrzeit, the anniversary of passing of a loved one. On this Shabbat, we remember Leah Bloom, Betty Bloomberg, Bessie Broder, Alto Burrows, Mary Jo Calesso, Bertha Charkins, Beatrice Glenn, Lester Horowitz, Liba Katz, Janice Kornfeld, Rose Lee, Israel Namath, Mary Nails, Donald Nails, Gavriel Oren, David Reisberg, Doris Sayoff, Lena Schiffman, Mildred Shapro, Harry Snell, Maria Waxman, Thelma Wassoff, Anna Weiss, Robert Winter, Francis Wolf, Murray Zander. Are there any other names to add for Yahrzeit Memorial at this time? And we say, Zichronam Livracha, may the memories of all of these good people continue to serve as a blessing in our lives as we rise together to offer the words of Kaddish praise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, v'alma divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'alam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'amiran v'yalma v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imramav, hu ya'asei shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who causes peace in the heavens cause peace to descend on us, Israel, and the world, as we say, amen.
V'imiru, 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 amen. V'imiru, 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 amen.
Feel free to be seated. We're going to continue with the Kiddush and Motzi on the screen before you or on page 5 for the Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'riat ha'afen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher k'nishanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzav banu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'yamahu v'ratzon, inhilanu, zikaron le'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'e kodesh, zecher le'tziat
in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 announcements. This Sunday, it's going to be very exciting. We have a community-wide, sponsored by the Federation and many of the Jewish synagogues. This Sunday, December 6th, the virtual Hanukkah celebration, which is going to be featuring a concert by Jewish musician Rick Recht. So tune into that. On Sunday, December 13th, so the following Sunday during Hanukkah, we're going to have here at the Ahavat Shalom parking lot a drive-in, drive-through, really drive-in Hanukkah experience in the parking lot with a musical concert. It starts at 9:30, goes to 11:30, a concert at 10 and a concert at 11 with Hanukkah songs and a large menorah lighting, some gift bags that we're going to be giving out, and a youth group car dreidel-themed fundraiser. And what's cool about it is you're going to be able to hear the concert through your FM dial on one of the lower FM stations, so as long as you're within 300 feet or so of where myself and the other two singers are going to be. A little bit farther into the future, on February 25th, TAS will proudly present an evening with Rabbi Bob Alper. He's a man of the cloth and a great stand-up comic as well. His topic, the spirituality of laughter, why are Jews so funny? And just a note for our final announcement, our virtual concert with Nefesh Mountain, an incredible Jewish bluegrass group, a husband and wife team, will begin on Zoom at around 8:30, so in about 20 minutes. So at the end of this service, we're going to sign off the stream. For those of us who are here, we're just going to go to the social hall. For those of you at home, you received yesterday and today a link for a Zoom meeting that you can click on. So just click on that anytime from about 8:20 to 8:30, and we should start right about 8:30 p.m. So that should be a lot of fun and great music for us to enjoy. Our closing song is going to be Tifilat Haderech, which is the Wayfarer's Prayer or the Traveler's Prayer on page 345 in your prayer book. It's a really meaningful version written by Debbie Friedman.
Blessed as we go on our way, we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. Amen.
Going to end our service as we've been doing for the last number of months with a prayer for health and well-being, for the importance of all of us to stay safe and stay healthy and wear a mask whenever possible. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al shmirat hanefesh, for the mitzvah and sacred obligation of preserving life. Let's all stay safe and healthy. Thanks so much for joining us, and Shabbat Shalom one and all. And be sure to tune in at 8:30 for the Nefesh Mountain concert. Take care.